Thanks for tuning in. I'm Linda, and this is a space where we talk about real life topics that many of us experience but don't always feel comfortable speaking about. Disclaimer, I am not a licensed therapist or a professional medical expert. My goal is to create a place where we all can feel seen, heard, and reminded that we are not alone in what we're going through. Grab a seat, get cozy, and let's have the conversations we've been needing to have. Today's topic, dealing with toxic in-laws. Before we start, I do want to say, wanting and expecting respect from others does not make you difficult. It does not make you needy. It does not make you look like you're high standard. Wanting peace does not mean that you're trying to cause problems. I feel like in-laws, they don't like it when you pin out problems or unhealthy behaviors within the family, because they're going to look at you as you're the problem. Because since it's their family, they don't talk about it. But since you're pinning out like, hey, I recognize this and I don't like that behavior. Now you're the problem because you're talking about the problem that the family never talked about because they're used to it. So I want you to know that your feelings are valid. Think back to when we were little. Our parents taught us to have manners and treat people respectfully, right? So why can't we expect that in return? All right, so dealing with toxic in-laws. Recognizing their toxic behavior. One of the hardest parts about dealing with toxic in-laws, especially when you just join the family, is recognizing when something isn't just a misunderstanding, but a pattern. I feel like this is the longest part of the journey because you're slowly getting to know the family, connecting dots, seeing how they treat you differently from the people that they like or have respect for, and you just have unanswered questions. But then 1, 2, 3 year passes and the pattern is still there. Toxic behavior could look like constant criticism, making you feel like you're never good enough. They're constantly gossiping about you instead of communicating with you, excluding you, blaming you for problems, or expecting you to always be the one who keeps the peace. And sometimes people will say, that's just how they are. But then we have to remember, someone's personality is not an excuse for them to repeatedly hurt you and disrespect you. Example, if you meet like your crush, celebrity crush, or even like a role model, someone that you look up to, you're not going to show them the bad version of you, right? You're not going to say, oh, I'm sorry for my attitude, that's just how I am. No, people know how to act towards the people that they like, towards the people that they want respect back from. Once you start recognizing toxic behaviors, you do want to take a step back, and it's easier said than done because in your heart, genuinely, you want to keep peace. You want to have good bonds with your in-laws and with people around you. But unfortunately, not everybody feels that way about you, and that's fine. So when you start recognizing the toxic behavior, you're going to want to stop trying to prove your worth, or else you're going to get burnt out. You're going to become depressed because you are never going to be good enough for these people that don't even like you to begin with. If they liked you, they would have been nice to you from the beginning. Oftentimes, we spend so much energy trying to prove that we are a good person, but people who have already decided to misunderstand you will continue to find reasons to criticize you and to dislike you. Your peace comes when you realize that you don't have to defend yourself every time. Your actions, your character, and the way you show up will speak louder than the rumors that they have to spread about you. And these shit talkers, these people that love throwing dirt on your names, they think that making you look bad is going to make them look good, it's going to make people like them more. Little do they know, majority of people, not the monkeys that also joined the circus with them, majority of people is going to be cautious of them now. Like, whoa, so you talk shit about your own family, even if she's your sister-in-law? What makes me think that you're not going to talk shit about me? So remember, let them run their own circus. Let them make a fool of themselves. Something so important that I learned after I became a mother and after I got married is setting boundaries without feeling guilty. I grew up in a Hmong household, and Hmong parents, they teach their kids to be a people pleaser. We're taught to respect people, to not say no. If people ask you for help, and if you say no, then you're bad, which is so AWS backwards. So remember, boundaries are not disrespectful. Boundaries are a way of teaching people how you expect to be treated. And, a healthy boundary could sound like, I'm willing to have a relationship, but I'm not willing to be disrespected. Or I understand we have different opinions, but that does not mean that we dislike each other. And one of my favorites, I love and respect people for checking other people when they're being bullies. Example, let's say I'm in a group and a few individuals are talking down on another person. You check them right there, right then. That's when you break this cycle. Like, hey, don't do that. That's not cool. Let's not be that kind of person. And it lets those people know, like, oh shit, I'm being checked. That's not okay. It makes them a little bit embarrassed, but you're not purposely trying to embarrass them. You're stopping that bad cycle. Like, that's not okay. Like, we teach our kids not to be bullies. So why are some of us adults such big bullies? Like, stop. That's a turn off. And dealing with toxic family and in-laws, your spouse's role matters a lot. You know, when you marry someone, your spouse becomes your partner. That doesn't mean that they have to disrespect their family or choose sides, but they should care about your feelings and protect the relationship that you guys built together, especially if you guys have kids. This is the future that you guys are going to set for them. But that would be another topic to talk about. Remember, you and your partner are stronger together. Yeah, the first few times when you address it to them, you guys are going to argue and not see eye to eye because that's their family. They're going to look at it as if you're starting shit because they don't see where you're coming from. They're used to that trauma. But continue to address it. Once you stop addressing it, at the end, they're going to be like, why didn't you bring it up to me then? Why are you talking about it now? Continue to normalize talking about it to your partner, so it sounds less like you are complaining and more like, okay, this is becoming a concern. And the most important question is, how do we choose our peace? You know, sometimes healing means accepting that you may never get the apology that you deserve. You may never get people to admit what they did, and that's really painful. Because a lot of these toxic people are gaslighters. Like, it's toxic. And you're just stuck here spiraling like, what did I do wrong? When really you didn't do nothing wrong. But these people, they're not gonna admit to it. But your healing cannot depend on someone else changing. Sometimes the biggest step is letting go of the need to be understood by people who refuses to understand you. And you're just gonna have to start understanding that shit. They're going through their own shit at home. That's why they're a shitty fucking person. Protect your heart, protect your energy, focus on the people who love you, focus on your significant other, your kids. Because remember, at the end of the day, when you hit rock bottom, no one's gonna help you or your kids or your partner. It's only gonna be you helping you and your family out of that fucking hellhole. Yes, all family has problems. We're not perfect. Family is important, but so is respect, kindness, and emotional safety for yourself and your family. As we come to an ending of this topic, I wanted to say thank you for listening to me, for letting me voice myself. Sometimes knowing that we're not alone in this is the first step to healing. So hugs to you, and I look forward to chatting with you again.